Welcome or welcome back to the Lockwood Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we are going over my August reading wrap-up. I don't know, do you guys like the little clicky clackies? I don't know if I do. I think it's fun to do. A lot of ASMR doesn't soothe me. I love the strawberry sunrise. Did I already have 200 milligrams of caffeine this morning while I worked out? Yes. It's later now. I have things going on tonight. Normally I would not do this. Another month is done, which means we have another wrap up of all the things that I read. Well, let's go over the stats first. I do have my iPad over here, so that just fell down onto the stack of books. Let me just fix that quick. Handy dandy iPad here that keeps me somewhat on track from my self-diagnosed ADHD. I could just chug flavored drinks so fast. That's also why I don't really ever drink alcohol, because if it's flavored, I'm chugging it. Also, I just don't understand. My bestie Sam, I don't understand how she does it. She can nurse a drink for days. She's crazy. She also can like get a 4-piece chicken tender basket from Dairy Queen and eat like 1.5, 2, and then save the rest for later. I'm like, what do you mean? And yet she thinks she can do the 4 for 4 for 4 at Wendy's. She doesn't watch this, so it's totally fine. All right, let's talk about books. As I was just saying, like my iPad keeps me on track. No, it doesn't. Can't be tamed. September. Nope. August. Oh my gosh. August, I read 9 books and my average rating was 3.56. The number of pages that I read was 3,375. My format breakdown was I read 5 physical books, 1 audiobook, and 3 digital books, whether on my Kindle or through my library. With my audiobooks, I did pair physical with audio for a lot of the books this month, but I primarily physically read them. So if you see me in vlogs and I'm like, oh, I was listening to the book, it's because I was dual reading it. It also helps me like get into a book, as well as like I go for pretty long walks. As much as much as I love a podcast, like sometimes I just want an audiobook. Genre breakdown, I read 5 romances, 2 fantasy, 1 general fiction, and 1 thriller. The general fiction was actually labeled a dystopian, which could be in my personal classification as a fantasy, but I felt it fit more appropriately in the general fiction category. Let's take another sip and get right in. Fight by Sloane St. James. This is a firefighter EMT romance. Cal is a hotshot firefighter. They're the ones dealing with like the forest fires and more intense fires. And I believe it takes place up in Washington. I could be wrong. Force proximity. I really liked the banter between Scotty and Callahan. Sloane is the author. I really like the banter between Scotty and Callahan. And it is very open door spice. It was a really good like palate cleanser romance. It did not take the turn that I thought it was going to. I thought we were going to get more, both of them were on the job and she would have to like patch him up kind of thing from an intense fire because since she is an EMT, she got stationed to sometimes assist with the firefighters out on their more treacherous issues and just like be that hub for emergency care if one of them were injured. And it took a completely different turn. It was very different than what I was thinking. I really liked their dynamic. I really liked Scotty's past. I wish we would have even gotten more into it, but at the same time, it was also enough. I also thought the ending wrapped up really quickly. With that side of things, it just went so quickly. I feel like we should have had a little bit more, and I'm excited to continue on with the series. I would recommend it. Like, also hot firefighters, guys. Sparkly Everflame by Penn Cole. This was my book club's pick, one of my book club's picks, and I'm so happy that we chose this one. So this specific book club, we meet virtually, and we have been not having the greatest picks this year. Not that they're bad books. The discussions have not been riveting. Nobody's really excited. A lot of them have just been meh in the sense of it's not good discussion. Nobody's been excited when we all decided to read this one because none of us had read it. We had all wanted to read it. I flew through it. So excited to continue on with the series. And our main character, her name is DM, and that's whose POV we get. It's a fantasy series, first of all, or romantasy, I guess I could say. It's a very unique magic system, and they all live in a donut or an island with a little donut hole in there. And every section or every kingdom has different colored eyes if you have magic. If you are mortal, you have brown eyes. Our girly pop DM, she has gray eyes and like white hair, I think. When she went through puberty, she got sick. She's also a healer. She's very fiery though. Luther, his my favorite so far. I am interested to see how that plays out. Henry is the other guy. Henry gives Gale vibes from the Hunger Games, you know? I don't like Henry. And Tiller is her brother and he's adorable. I love their dynamic. I don't want to get too much into this, but like the slow burn enemies to lovers, the tension between Diem and Luther is amazing. Like their connection, I'm so excited to explore and see if that goes anywhere, or he could be an enemy. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm really excited about it. I thought it was fun. We also have a mystery on where her mom went. What's her mom up to? The way it ended, like I saw it coming, but not to the intensity that it happened. Can't wait to continue on with that series. Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. This is the third book in whatever the series is called. Assistant to the Villain is the first book. It's a cozy fantasy series. It's between Evie, who started off as the assistant to the villain. Crazy how that title came about. And it's very grumpy sunshine villain, but like make it corporate. Every time I've read the series, I envision Tangled, like that aesthetic. I love the series so much. And the audiobooks are pretty good. The tension between Evie and the villain is amazing. We get a little bit more. We get more, you guys. It's so good. And there's a frog that holds up a sign, Kingsley, and then just the whole cast of characters. Found family for sure. And there's like this plague taking away all the magic in the land. They're trying to solve that because there's a riddle that you have to do. It is so fun. It is so funny. Evie is hysterical. It's so funny. She's just the things that she says. If you're looking for like a cozy fantasy series, this one is a very fun one. Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. Just forget me. This book did not work for me. I did not enjoy it. I started off enjoying it. I did a whole reading blog on it. So if you want to check it out, feel free. Here's the thing. It started off, writing was great. The writing wasn't bad necessarily. In the beginning, it gave the aesthetic, it gave the vibe, it used the language appropriate to make you feel kind of like on edge and uneasy. And I really liked that because it just felt eerie reading it. Like it's doing a great job setting this up. Our girl Claire, her sister Natalie disappeared when Natalie was like 18 or something. And now Claire covers that kind of stuff in journalism. But then Claire is also going through a bunch of life changes. There's a circumstance that has her going back to her childhood home. Then other circumstances have her go elsewhere to this little farm that her sister used to work at. Yeah, some creepy stuff happens there. It gives eerie, however, it takes so long for things to happen. And I did guess a lot of the stuff that was going to happen. There were a few plot twists that like I didn't see coming, but it was so slow pacing. And I was just getting really frustrated at our girl. Thing that happened to her sister, as well as all the girls that she has covered that very similar situations have gone through. You would think she would have half a brain to inform anybody where she was or like take precautions. She was just doing unhinged things, not taking her safety into account. And I hate that us as women have to even consider half the stuff that I was getting angry over. And then she finds this diary. And the thing is, the diary entries, I went out about this in the reading blog, the diary entries themselves are a really big part of it. And we get to read the diary. However, Claire's point of view is in first person. The diary's point of view are in third person. Make it make sense. They have their own chapter. They have their own heading. Just write it like a dual POV. I don't know why we would switch. I don't get that. That was really weird. It's a short book, but I felt like I was just lagging so much. I was not excited to pick it up. And I don't know if it's because I was also listening to Accomplice to the Villain at the time. I don't think it was. I just really think I should have DNF'd it because I just did not care. It really never picked up pace enough for me to stay hooked and engaged. It was just kind of like, and then the whole time. The beginning part I really enjoyed, but the rest of it just didn't go anywhere. Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I finally did read it. I am really happy I read this book because I wasn't going to. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I think it's so fun. Just cotton candy bubblegum, just eat it up. They're just fun romances. All of her books are fun. I love how fun they are. And this one was no exception. And that's saying something. This is between our main characters are Maya and Connor. And it is an age gap romance. And it is a significant age gap romance. I don't particularly ever like an age gap romance. And I really never like an age gap romance where the FMC is under 25. And we have both of those. Maya is 23 and Connor is 38. I want to say 37, 38. It's also brother's best friend. Connor is Maya's brother's best friend, and they are going, I believe it's Italy, for Maya's brother's wedding. No, we get to meet her brother in one of the other ones, the Not in Love. Yeah, Not in Love is that couple. So we get to see their wedding, which is so exciting. It's very grumpy sunshine. I can usually get past age gap if it is not brought up a lot. This is brought up every couple sentences. Like every page it is mentioned. They make jokes about the age gap. They talk about the age gap incessantly. Also, the fact that Connor is so, that's inappropriate, like you can't speak to me that way. Like he doesn't really ever encourage her to keep flirting with him. If anything, he tries to dissuade her and she just keeps pursuing it because he won't officially say, no, I don't like you, like that. I don't know, like that's kind of a boundary issue for me too. So I was like, he is not giving you any sign or signal. There are some instances where you can tell like he wants her, but because he finds it really inappropriate, as well as like he does not want to ever take advantage of her. And I really like his reasonings for that. It'd be something if he was like pursuing her and he's the one that's like, you're so young, like you have so much life to live. The power dynamic is very large between us. Like he was very thoughtful of it due to his past, and we see that and we see why it's a concern for him. But it is brought up so much, guys. I was getting really annoyed by it. All that to say is I did enjoy this book. I really liked the audiobook. It is duet why can't I say it? It is duet narration. And the man that narrates, he has an Irish accent. I love it so much. If you don't want to physically read it or buy it, I would recommend listening to the audiobook. It is available on the Spotify. There's a fly in here. Where did you come from? Oh, hells no. Okay, 1 second. I hate flies so much. I have no idea how that got in my house. Ugh, gross. Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. And our main characters are Carter and Evie, who meet at a mutual friend's costume party. It is a workplace romance. They are both Hollywood agents, and it was fun to see the behind the scenes of Hollywood for the most part, like the agents and stuff. We get a little bit. However, their companies end up merging. Their agencies end up merging, and they are now competing for the same position because there's only one position, and it is dual POV. They end up having kind of like a rivalry and playing pranks on each other in the office. There are some sus things happening in the company, and also there is a huge sexism in the workplace, and Evie's boss he's a pig. He definitely treats the women in the office very differently. Just seeing how hard women have to work in this industry and in every industry to be even kind of respected by their male counterparts and even kind of near that salary. The differences that both men and women have to be, specifically this industry too. It had a lot of great commentary on that kind of situation in workplaces, and I really liked the romance between Carter and Evie. I thought it was like a good palate cleanser. This was the last of my backlist that I physically owned of Christina Lauren's backlist work, and I am happy to finally be done with it. This one did take place more in like the October into the winter months, even though the cover gives summer vibes. Then I read Throttled by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in the Dirty Air series, and this is Maya and Noah's story. It's a behind the scenes of F1 racing. Noah is kind of like the F1's bad boy, playboy, one night stand with commitment issues guy. Maya's brother gets transferred to his F1 team, Noah's F1 team, and she has just graduated college. She's going to travel around with her brother for the F1 season and explore places and vlog it along the way, her exploring the cities as well as behind the scenes of F1. She starts like a little YouTube career, and I just love that, especially after this past month. And I know I brought it up in one of the vlogs. I had just been like feeling really awkward about being on YouTube, overthinking things. Reading about that in not a cringy way was very helpful for me and making me feel comfortable again and getting out of that. It's cute. It's very spicy. It is dual POV between Noah and Maya, and I really liked the character growth of Noah and how he overcame a lot, because his childhood, even though we don't see a lot of his childhood, it does affect him a lot, like the relationship between his parents. There's just a lot of baggage that he needs to work through, and I really enjoyed seeing that progression. And I love how strong Maya is and how firm she stands in her decisions. I personally do not care about motorsports. While the series was really good and I will continue it on, I will continue on eventually. I'm not like itching to pick up the next book. I think it will just be like maybe in the summertime, maybe as I feel like it, need a little palate cleanser. But I really like the chemistry between them. I liked the romance. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and this is Joni and Sasha's are our main characters, and it is a magical realism romance where they can hear each other's thoughts, like all of their thoughts, and it's very musically centric, and I love that. I love her books and the magical realism take that she does on them because they're all so unique and different and heartwarming and devastating. So Joni is going through a little bit of a burnout and writer's block situation. She is a lyricist, songwriter out in LA. She ends up getting some news about her mother back in like the winter months, and then she always goes home for the summer. And she decides to go home for a whole month because, again, she's dealing with burnout and she wants to be with her family at this time. There's a lot of big changes that are happening, and we kind of see her go through that. The things that she's going through and that she is feeling. It is her specific POV, but we also get the others, like Sasha's thoughts. It is very much like enemies, dislike to lovers. Sasha is from a boy band, think like One Direction, and he was like always labeled as the bad boy, and he comes off as super cocky and self-absorbed, and their first interaction together didn't go so well. This one was just really fun, and it was perfect to read in the summer, especially towards the end of summer. And I also had the best timing of when I finished this book. It was on a beautiful summer evening and the sun was setting, and that's when I finished the book, when the sun was setting, and I felt like paired with the ending, absolute perfection. I would look up the trigger warnings for this in case you are sensitive to the issue that is presented in here. It is very similar to Abby Jimenez's Say You'll Remember Me, not as intense. Go on with caution if you decide to, but it is a very lovely book. I love her writing. The audiobook I also listened to partially. There was only one moment, I think, what I listened to, there was only one moment where the narrator sang, but there was no like instruments or anything. I was like, ugh, I hate when people sing in audiobooks. I don't like it. I just want them to speak the lyrics. Highly recommend. I love the chemistry between our characters. I love the cast of side characters too. I thought they were really fun and added a really good element to it. The Compound by Aisling Rahl. I really like this. I've heard very mixed reviews about it, and I really, really liked this. Well, it's a dystopian world, but we don't really see that aspect of it. We just kind of know it's there, which I really liked because I feel like this is a book that you can fit into any time period. Like, it's really relevant to today. It's going to be really relevant in the future too. I could see this becoming a book that people read in school. There are spicy scenes in it, so like maybe not, definitely a higher level, and analyzing it in this way like we do with Lord of the Flies. Love Island meets Hunger Games meets Lord of the Flies meets Truman Show. I've never watched Love Island, but it is a reality dating show. Like, I get the gist of it. I don't really like reality TV, especially dating shows, unless it's the first season of it, because I don't like fake. I don't like when people are being fake, and I feel like when it's a new show, it's more genuine. So like Love is Blind, for instance, I really liked the first season. I tried watching other seasons and I hated it because it just felt so fake. I really enjoyed this because I got to see the moments of what was real, what was not. And even then it's kind of like, ooh, because we're following in the POV of Lily. The Compound is where 10 couples meet. So there's 10 girls, usually 10 boys, unless somebody doesn't make it, because the boys get dropped off in a desert and they have to find their way to the compound, and sometimes not all of them make it. So the girls are already at the compound. It's like this big mansion, and in order to stay in the compound you have to be coupled up in a boy-girl pairing. Every night you have to have a bed partner of a boy-girl match. If you don't have a bedmate, then you are eliminated and kicked out of the compound. And then there's also challenges that you have to do too in order to get supplies, or sometimes it's voting, banishing somebody out. And then you also have personal tasks. I'm saying this like, oh, this is a real life thing. There are also personal tasks that come up on like little screens for them that they can do for gifts, like jewelry from companies or other items, luxury items or whatever that they're wanting. Seeing the dynamics between everybody, and it was like watching a reality show. I really loved the grittiness of it, not so glamorous side of it, and just the psychology behind each of our characters, like the ones that we really got to know and why they did the things that they did. For the most part, like again, we're only getting Lily's POV and we're only digesting what she is taking looking into. The thing is like this could totally happen. Like the situations in here could definitely happen. I'm honestly surprised that they haven't yet. The reason it gives Hunger Games vibe is like there are some intense things that go down, and also just like the gift receiving, I guess. These people want to be influencers, they want to be famous. The thing is they can't talk about the personal tasks. They just have to go and do it. If you break a rule, there is a punishment involved. I feel like I really would love to dissect this more. Go to a lecture about this. Thought it was brilliant, honestly. While people were kind of like meh about the ending, I thought the ending ended how it was supposed to. I personally really liked this book. I think it's one I'm going to think of for a long time. I wouldn't necessarily give it a 5-star. Maybe that will change, but it's definitely in that 4 range for me. I wish I could just like attend a lecture of an English professor breaking this down and all the themes in there, because there's a lot happening in this and it is so relevant to today's society, and I really do think this will be monumental in years to come. So those were all the books that I read in the month of August. I had such a great reading month. It was a fun reading for the last little bit of summer, because as soon as September 1st hit, it's fall, baby. Feel free to stick around for more reading wrap-ups, other bookish content. We're heading into the fall season and we love fall here. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on those videos, as well as like this video. I would really appreciate it. What was your favorite read in August? I would really love to know. And with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.